YouTube. I'm getting to make another new video here. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. Everything's pretty quiet around here, but I decided that I've got enough energy to come out here into the garage and kind of fart around more or less. Putzing with the tractor right now, and I've got a modification that I think a lot of you BX owners will like, because I think it's going to work really well for me, so I want to show you what I'm talking about. And it has to do with LED lighting and more like a strobe light at night when you're working. I do a lot of snow plowing in the winter time, and right now it's August, but who's thinking about snow? But it's going to come eventually. So check out what I got going on here. I ordered some lights on eBay, and I installed one of them right now, and this is it. It's a very, very flush mount light, and it happens to fit on the BX grill just perfectly right in this little spot. So that's what it'll look like when I'm done and I get it all wired. I don't have it wired yet, I just have it mounted right there, and that's the only one that I have mounted. I ordered some lights from eBay, and you get 10 in a package, and they're kind of nice. They come from China, but you know, they're pretty decent lights. This system here is a control unit for some strobe lights, and I picked this up off of eBay or Amazon. I can't really remember, but when it came packaged with one of those test me buttons. Well, I still have it hooked up to the test me button, so if I press this, you can see the lights that I have hooked up. What I like about this is it has some different options. I can have it flash one time, I could have it go super fast or slow. Let's see, I'll crank it way up. This is one flash really fast. This is going to go back and forth. I can go 3 flashes really fast. I can slow it way down with this dial, and it can go back and forth, back and forth. Now, one of these would be on the front, and one is going to go on the back. What it has here is also an option where you can have it on dual or have that off, so they're flashing at the same time. Well, I think I just lost a wire. Oh no. Right in the middle, that's what needs to be. Okay. No. Oh, here's what happened. My wire came loose. Anyways, I'll have to figure that out. So anyway, this is what I got going on so far. I have to pardon my garage, it's a mess. I got 2 or 3 projects. Actually, I got 3 or 5 projects going on at the same time. I got some painting projects, I got a construction project going on, and I'm in the middle of some wiring here, and it's just everything at once. But I can't finish one project before I start another, so I decided this would be a good one to start. I have this one in place, and as you can see, the wire goes right through the grating of the grill, which is perfect. I didn't have to do any drilling or anything on the other side, and I don't think that I'm going to here either, because the screws are just going to go right through there, right through there. I found some small lock washers that I'm going to use on the front side that are going to fit right inside of those little grooves. And another thing I liked about these lights is they came with some hardware, so I got some screws and bolts, which is perfect. Often you don't get those with lights that you buy. Okay, here's an example. I bought these lights from a local store in our area, and nothing to mount them with, just a plain old light. This was idea number 1. I was going to use these, and decided I didn't like that, so those will probably be used somewhere sometime. I'll just put them in a drawer, and eventually down the road I'll have them. So anyways, perfect LED light. I will put the link of where I got it in the description on this video. So if you're looking for something like this, I think it's going to work well. I'm not sure how bright it's going to be, but something else that you can modify your BX for. And I know a lot of you guys out there just like to have a BX just so you can mod it. So I think this is probably my 6th or 7th mod on this tractor. So here's a close-up look of this side that's not mounted. here's this side again. This one's a little close to the exhaust, so I'm a little bit concerned about the heat, but I think it's going to be fine. If it's too much, I'll be able to move them back here, so not that big of a deal. If I have to move it, I do. So anyways, I'm going to mount these up and eventually get them hooked up so they're operational. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Alright, later. Hey guys, one thing that I neglected to talk about the first time, these lights actually come with a little rubberized backing too, so if you're looking for a good light, cheap light, I think these were less than 10 bucks. I want to say I paid like $7 for them, and shipping was free, so that's kind of nice. I find more and more stuff on eBay is free shipping, so they have to compete with Amazon, so you can really find some good deals there if you check it out. But so this little foam backing will really secure that light in place, and it's not going to be vibrating loose and you know, eventually crack in cold and hot climate weather. But another reason it's good is because there's just an ever so slightly little curve on this, and with that foam backing you can tighten it up enough to almost, you know, make it really tight. So alright, just wanted to show you guys that. It's got one-sided stick-em tape on that, so it just goes on the back and mount the light. That's how it works. Okay. Alright, I'll keep you updated. Alright, well, I told you guys that I used some lock washers on this lighting system here. So I just want to show you something. This is a kit that you can buy. It's just a bunch of cheap nuts and bolts and washers, and there's all kinds of various sizes. Awesome to have, guys, if you're kind of the everyday, once in a while mechanic like I am. Pick one of these up. You get a little bit of everything, quite a variety. I find myself going to this quite often and finding what I need. Just a tip. Through here, and comes out the other side. Put a flat washer behind it, and then this tiny little nut here. Sometimes it helps to use a pair of needle nose pliers when you're dealing with a nut that size. So that time I didn't have to. It's going. Just gonna snug it up, not too tight. Don't want to crack anything. Show you what it looks like back here. Okay, so that is just a couple more turns, and that is how it looks. Shouldn't come out of there. Like I said, it's got that foam on the back, so it's not gonna come loose. Yes, those lights are pretty good. They even put plastic in them for them to protect them. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, here, real up close look. A very low profile. I mean, it doesn't stick out any farther than the grill itself does. So chances of breaking this are pretty low. Yeah. I also like that it has these little dimples on the light that come out, which kind of direct the light further out maybe. But yeah, it gives it a little design aspect as well, guys. So like I said, very happy with these lights. I hope they're bright enough. Okay, now it's time to find where I'm going to mount them on the back. Alright guys, I left off here. I was going to try and figure out where I'm going to mount this on the back. Really thought it over. I thought maybe mount it way up here, which I still might mount one up there. Not sure. Might be difficult to wire. I think I'm going to have to drill a hole in my ROPS. I really don't want to do that, but I could. Also thought right down here, but then again I'm going to have to drill a hole in the plastic. In fact, I'd have to drill 3 holes, one for the wires and 2 for the mounting bolts. So didn't really want to do that. Besides, it's kind of at an angle, which isn't my favorite. So I got to thinking about using my hazard turn signal lights that the tractor comes with. the reason I think that's going to work is because instead of using these flush mount lights that I have, these low profiles, I'll use the original light that this strobe module came with. These little tiny lights are actually pretty bright, but what's nice about this size is, I already took the back one off here. Look at this, guys, it fits like it belongs there. So I think I'm going to try it, see if it works. Like I said, you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Oh well, not a big deal, but I think it will. And no holes required. This has back-sided stick 'em on tape too, so it should work just fine. Well, thinking this light bulb is an incandescent, which gets very warm. There's not many times where I would be using the strobe light feature while I'm using this light, but I can't move this light when I'm using these, so I think I'm still going to stick to the original plan. Put this little LED right under there. This is just plastic, it's not glass, so it could melt from this light. However, I'm going to replace these lights with some LED bulbs, so then I shouldn't have to worry about any heat. So that's the plan for now, guys. Yeah, I think I'll do that for sure. Shouldn't be too hard. They're one of those pop-out twist bulbs. I just got to look that little model number up on eBay, and it should work. So we'll give it a try. It's always something. There we go. Okay, a little difficult to fish this skinny little wire through, but I got it done. Just keep giving it some tries, guys. There's not a whole lot of room, but what I did is I ended up cutting the plug off of this, which is fine because I'll just put it back on and make it fit the length anyway, and pulling this through. This wires go right through the bolt, and the nut is back there that goes on. It's about a 3/4 inch bolt, but it works. So next step, mounting the light, putting this back on, and finding somewhere to put this wire, because I know I'm not going to get it all hooked up yet tonight, and I'm going to need the tractor between now and when I get everything finished. So hopefully we can put it away where it's not going to get damaged. Alright, later guys. Okay, here it is installed. I just took that bulb out of there since I'm going to replace it anyways. I didn't want to have it to accidentally turn the bulb on, and for some, you know, it may happen that this little plastic bulb would melt, so I just took it out of there to be safe. Fishing the wires is a little bit tricky. There's not much room to work with. I wish I had smaller fingers, but I got it to work. The wires coming in through the bolt hole all the way through and down through this wire loom, and then it's just hanging out back here behind the tail light. So got some wiring to do yet, but once that's all together, you know, you'll never know that it's set up that way. It's just a nice, one of those nice little hidden custom mods. All set to go. Okay, so get some power to that, and that'll be kind of fun. All right, now for the other side.